Autism. Facts about autism. Autism is classified as one of the spectrum disorder. Autism is a complex developmental disability that typically appears during the first 3 years of life. Autism is the result of a neurological disorder that affects the functioning of the brain. It persists throughout the person's lifetime, but many people are able to learn to control and modify their behavior to some extent. About 1 in every 1,000 people in the United States has autism, and the number of children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder appears to be increasing. Autism affects all race, ethnic groups, and socioeconomic levels. There is no cure for autism, but early diagnosis is essential for implementing appropriate treatment and education at early age. Most can be done. Epidemiology. About 1 in every 1,000 people in the United States are diagnosed with autism. Boys are 3 to 4 times more likely to have autism than girls. Symptoms. Symptoms of autism and their onset may vary among children, even those who are diagnosed at the same end of autism spectrum. Some examples of symptoms would be repetitious and self-stimulating behavior, poor use of body language and nonverbal communication such as eye contact, facial expression, and gestures, lack of awareness of feeling of others and the expression of emotions such as pleasure, laughing, or distress, crying, remaining aloof, preferring to be alone, difficulty interacting with other people, and failure to make peer friendships, may not want to be cuddled or cuddle, lack of abnormal social play, not responding to verbal cues, acting as if deaf, and impaired communication. Causes of autism. Although autism is a result of a neurological abnormality, the causes of these problems with the nervous system is unknown in most cases. Research findings indicate a strong genetic component like environmental factors such as pesticides, infections, hormone imbalance, and mercury in vaccination. Characteristic of autism. Social skills. Children with autism avoid almost all forms of social interaction with others. They don't seek social interaction with others unless they want or need something. They will often tantrum or run away when someone tries to interact with them. Communication skills. The communication problems of autism vary depending upon the intellectual and social development of the individual. Some may be unable to speak, whereas others may have rich vocabularies and are able to talk about topics of interest in great depth. Despite this variation, the majority of autistic individuals have little or no problem with pronunciation. Most have difficulty effectively using language. Many also have problems with word and sentencing meaning and notation rhythm. Most autistic individuals do not make eye contact and have poor attention duration. They are often unable to use gestures either as a primary means of communication, as in sign language, or to assist verbal communication, such as pointing to an object they want. Treatments for autism. 1. Applied Behavioral Analysis, known as ABA, is the oldest and most fully researched treatment significantly developed for autism. ABA is a very intensive system of rewarding-based training which focuses on teaching particular skills. 2. Speech therapy. Almost all people with autism have issues with speech and language. Sometimes these issues are obvious. Many people with autism are nonverbal or use speech very poorly. Sometimes the issues relate not to articulation or grammar, but to speech pragmatics, the use of speech to build social relationships. 3. Occupational therapy. Occupational therapy focuses on building daily living skills. Since many people with autism have delays in fine motor skills, occupational therapy can be very important. Occupational therapists may also have training in sensory integration therapy, a technique which may help autistic people manage hypersensitivity to sound and touch and light. Social skill therapy. One of autism's core deficits is a lack of social and communication skills. Many children with autism need help in building the skills they need to hold a conversation, connect with a new friend, or even navigate the playground. Social skill therapists can help out settings and facilitate peer-based social interaction. 5. Physical therapy. Autism is a pervasive developmental delay. Many autistic people have gross motor delays and some have low muscle tone where they're unusually weak. Physical therapy can build up strength, coordination, and basic sport skills. 6. Play therapy. Children with autism need help learning to play, and play can also serve as a tool for building speech, communication, and social skills. Play therapy may have training in particular therapeutic techniques such as floor time or the play project, or they may incorporate play therapy into speech, occupational, or physical therapy. 7. Behavior therapy. Children with autism are often frustrated, they are misunderstood, and have a tough time communicating their needs, suffering from hypersensitivity to sound, light, and touch. Behavior therapists are trained to figure out just what lies behind negative behavior and to recommend changes to the environment and routine to improve behavior. 8. Developmental therapies. Floor time, sunrise, and relationship development intervention, which is known as RDI, are all considered to be developmental treatments. This means that they build from a child's own interest, strength, and developmental level to increase emotional, social, and intellectual abilities. Developmental therapies are often contrasted to behavioral therapies, which are best used to teach specific skills such as shoe tying, toothbrushing, and etc. 9. Visual-based therapies. Many people with autism are visual thinkers. Some do very well with picture-based communication systems such as PECS, Picture Exchange Communication. Video modeling, video games, and electronic communication systems also tap into autistic people's visual strength to build skills and communication. 10. Biomedical therapies. Biomedical therapies may include pharmaceutical, but most often biomedical treatments for autism are based on the Defeat Autism Now (DAN) approach to autism therapy. Doctors trained in the DAN protocol prescribes special diets, supplements, and alternative treatments. None of these treatments have been approved by the FDA or CDC, but there are many anecdotal stories of positive outcomes. Autism is on the rise today in the United States. The American Academy of Pediatrics announced earlier this week in their journal Pediatrics that 1 out of 91 children are diagnosed with spectrum disorder. The number are even greater for boys, 1 in 58. This is my reference page. And if you have any questions, you can always go back to the reference and check. Thank you.